Daughters of Reddit. What's the biggest mistake dads make with their daughters? The one mistake my dad made was not really being present. A lot of the memories I have of him are him watching TV or being on the computer and not having time to play with me. He always said he's too tired or he'll come play later, but then since we never really bonded when I was little. We weren't all that close as I grew older either. Not having anything to do with their daughters because the dad doesn't have anything in common with a girl. This goes double if a son shows up and the dad is really involved in the son's life. Wanted to add that I'm a dad of a teen and that motivated me to ask this. The replies are just heartbreaking. I'm reading every single reply. And I really hope all the dads and parents and basically everyone is learning something. If money was not an issue, what would you actually want to do with your life? I'd laze about my marble palace, scantily clad in thin white cloth, eating grapes, painting, reading books, and jerking off. Have cookouts with the people I care about every day. Travel. Backpack. Passport. Cheap rooms. Street food. Then, every once in a while, 5-star luxury vacation. Repeat. Absolutely nothing and everything. Get a motorcycle and just ride around the country. Have a massive garage and build cars and motorcycles all day. Travel and paint. Help families with autistic kids. Child care. Travel assistance. Everything to help them feel supported and open doors that feel shut and locked. Would probably have an animal sanctuary somewhere in Asia. Lay on a yacht in the Mediterranean. Just enjoying life. Build my dream house on a lot of acreage and start up a dog rescue. If you discovered that your next door neighbor was a vampire, realistically, what would you do? I'd offer to be their daylight saving buddy. I'll keep their curtains closed during the day, and they can promise not to turn me into a vampire snooze button. It's a fantastic deal. If it came with really cool superpowers, I would try to get turned. Jeff? Nah, he ain't no vampire. In fact, neither of us have seen a vampire in this neighborhood ever, and we're both living here for at least 700 years. Nothing really, just make sure I avoided them after dark. And definitely not invite them into my place. My next door neighbor is my boss at the orchard. We're cool, he's a great guy and I just bribed him with snapper I caught the other, that's why I'm not dead yet. Google recipes with extra garlic. If you were gifted $2,500 a month, every month tax-free, how would your life change? For the first time in my life, I'd be able to just breathe on top of my income. Dramatically improved. I'd stop worrying about food for the family. I'd be able to pay off my student loans, buy my very first car, and start saving for a house. In short, it would be completely life-changing. I'm just trying to pay back credit card debt on a teacher's salary. Skull. Own a home. Heart. I would retire early. I'd retire to somewhere cheap. I'd probably live healthier and lose some weight. Definitely be happier than now. As a disabled dependent, the extra money would come in very handy. I would pay people to accommodate my needs when there are no disability services in my area. I'd pay off my student loans really quickly, finally get a vehicle from this century. In what game you put most of your gaming hours? Either World of Warcraft or old school RuneScape, but I'm not entirely sure. I've played both games since I was like 10 and I'm 26. Skyrim, Minecraft, Destiny 2 I think, Counter-Strike, Age of Empires 2. On and off for 20 years. Probably still WoW even though I haven't played it for over a decade at this point. TF2 is the longest measured. Most of the friends I made in the 2010s came from impossible to run pubs in TF2 and not make friends. The Sims 4, then Stardew Valley, RDR2, chess, Rocket League, the best, definitely League of Legends, followed by Call of Duty. Yeah, I'm a basic bitch gamer. GTA 5, World of Warcraft. Started playing when I was like 13 and I'm in my 30s playing. Have taken breaks here and there, but all in followed by Guild Wars 2. Serious. What do people heavily underestimate the seriousness of? High blood pressure. It's the silent killer for a reason. Maintaining your health throughout your life. Sleep deprivation. Water damage. I work in construction and the one cause of claims is water damage. Roof leaks, wall leaks, concrete damage, you name it. Water is the worst enemy of buildings. Infections. Especially urinary tract infections. They can kill you. Loneliness and how it impacts pretty much everything in your life. 69 Reduction of animal population since 1970. Driving. People recklessly throw those multi-ton killing machines around on the roads like it's no big deal. What are you really bad at? Living a successful life. Making friends. Trying to fit in. I have no clue how to. Performing surgery. So hold very still. Understanding when someone is flirting with me. Time management. General focus for longer than 20 minutes. This is really stupid. Resealable bags. I often just don't have the patience for it and it ends up half sealed to my husband's chagrin. Math. Capitalism. Finding keeping a significant other. Force laughing at horrible jokes. Following through with things. I'm good at starting and hard at working. When it comes to my personal goals and interests, I lose sight or inspiration. Having control over my money, sex, doing stuff, I will find a million reasons not to do something or just stall till I forget. Lol. Confrontation, getting off the internet, karaoke, finding love, pretending interest in various topics, people, spieling, essays. What massively improved your mental health? Sleep. Knowing it's okay to leave some people behind. It sucks at how well it works. I used to hate my mom telling me that exercise would reduce my depression, but she was absolutely right. The issue is that when you're really depressed, it's the last thing you feel like doing. But nothing else has as much of a positive effect on my mental state as regular exercise, silencing my activity on social media, and replacing my time spent on there by reading books instead. I've finished 6 books since the start of January. I feel so good about myself because of it. Getting a job that paid a living wage improved my mental health 1000. I got a cat. He sits with me. I'll rant and say all kinds of stuff to him and he just sits there like, go ahead and get that off your chest, man. Life gets lonely, especially if you don't have family, a partner, kids. It makes life a little easier. What problems do modern men face? High suicide rates, destitute loneliness. Over 30 of men don't even have one good friend, rapidly shrinking economic competitiveness, lack of purpose or meaning, poor relationship prospects, deteriorating are probably the more male-specific ones. Confidence, mental health, high suicide rates, the lack of a good support system. Just because a guy has people that he hangs out with, doesn't mean he's comfortable telling them serious personal issues. Boy, this thread is really, really sad. Also, hairy bumholes, wiping can be a fucking nightmare some mornings. Loneliness, managing financial stability amidst economic uncertainties is a pressing concern for many modern men. Being expected to be a provider in a shit economy. Mental health issues like anxiety and depression to the pressure of societal expectations. What's a dirty little secret you found out about a company or service that made you stop using them? Companies like BetterHelp mental health platform exploit clients' data info and breached privacy, yet they still advertise everywhere. Somewhere in total about 3 lawsuits about it. Intuit lobbied to keep taxes complex. Fuck TurboTax. Nissan spent a decade ruining the life of the guy who owned Subway. New covered up that Jared was a pedophile. Angie's List. Did work for a person and they left a good review on Angie's List. Next thing I know, I've got a guy from their call center blowing up my phone. He wanted me to pay them to put more good reviews under my company's name and to steer potential customers towards my business for an additional fee. Basically everything they say they don't do on their ads. I'm sure it was a trustworthy company when Angie still owned it, but it's scammy as hell now. What's a profession where a 30 success rate would mean you're successful? Pro baseball hitter, astronomer looking for extraterrestrial life, investigative journalism. You can pursue leads that go nowhere. Any form of marketing or sales. The rule was 10 calls for a meeting, and 3 meetings for a sale. So 130 success rate. With these forms of work, the best salespeople are those who are most emotionally intelligent, in responding to rejections in a positive, constructive manner. Telemarketing, alchemist, professional lottery player, sales. Anywhere in the 1-3 range is considered successful. 30 in any industry would be remarkable. A doctor that only takes on terminally ill cancer patients, turning 30 of cases around would be godlike. They could charge $100,000 for a 30-minute consultation and there would be a line around the block. What's a simple word that people keep mispronouncing? Espresso instead of espresso. Supposedly, commonly said as supposedly. Nuclear mispronounced nuclear, etc. It's etc. Not etc. or etc. Asterisk. Chipotle is in Chipotle, frustrating like frustrating. Pacific seems to be spreading. Wary. People keep pronouncing it like weary. This thread got me whispering words. Realtor, it's realtor not realtor. Not supposedly. Library. Turmeric. There are 2 R's. 2 people speaking with each other are having a conversation, a discussion. They are conversing, not conversating. People saying mischievous instead of mischievous. Sherbert. It's not Ernie agreeing to something Bert said, there's only 1 R. Sherbet. Who is your first fictional character crush? Scully from The X-Files. Wonder Woman is played by Linda Carter. Middle daughter on Full House. Shigo. Mine was the original Pink Power Ranger. Street Rat Aladdin. Winking face. This is gonna sound weird, but that horse from Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. Smiley face. She-Ra. Kim Possible. Stella from Wings. Lieutenant Uhura. April O'Neil from the TMNT cartoon. Xena. Romantic face. Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. Peter Pan. Raven from Teen Titans. Uncle Jesse from Full House. Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties. You have $30 and 8 mouths to feed. What's for dinner? Spaghetti. Red beans and rice. Rice and beans. 7 mouths to feed. Chili and some cornbread. 2 jars of spaghetti sauce. 10 pounds of potatoes, 2 eggs, some flour will make enough gnocchi to feed an army. Egg fried rice, I could feed 2 dozen mouths. A decent course of my egg fried rice with $30, though ideally it'd be a prepped meal as fried rice is better with refrigerated rice rather than freshly cooked rice. Slow cooker beef stew, grilled cheese and tomato soup. Stew. 10 pounds of taters $3, 3 pounds carrots $3, onion $4, celery $2, and then you can use the remaining $18 for meat or whatever else to toss in. $30 is easy mode. Drop it to $15 for some more interesting and creative answers. What will you do with the remaining $15? PASDA,